Electronic, rock, or even metal, you might have a hard time distinguishing the unique sound of Dance with the Dead. Releasing albums since 2013, the group has attained a cult following for their blend of genres unheard of in the music scene. Today on Talk BreakZ, WZMB's DJ Trevor Messer had the fortunate opportunity to discuss the band's beginnings, their preferred instruments, and their recognition in the synthwave genre.
With me today, I have Tony Kim and Justin Pointer from Dance with the Dead. And so, first question for the both of you actually formed Dance with the Dead.
Long time ago, actually. I've known Justin since I was about 12 or 13 years old. We grew up in the same town in Irvine, California. So we've been friends since we were kids, and always been in different bands separately. But we've always both been in bands, but not in the same band together. And I want to say around 2012 was when I started sending him some electronic stuff that I was doing, some ideas. And then we just started hanging out, having some drinks, making beats just for fun. And I think one of the songs that I sent them, like an idea, it was called Dance with the Dead. So he actually was the one that hit me up and said, we should start a band, we should call it Dance with the Dead, and really try to put out a record. So I think, 2013 is when we put out our first record, Out of Body.
All right, so how did you actually, you guys used to be in different metal bands, right? How did you actually come into the synthwave genre itself?
But, him and I always both been really into bands like Justice and like Daft Punk, on the electronic side of things. So, and we're also huge fans of, John Carpenter and, film scores like Hans Zimmer and stuff like that. So, I think when we first started writing, we had no idea what we were doing. It was purely just to have fun and kind of learn how to record and produce. And there was no agenda of, pursuing this as a career or anything like that at first.
All right, so a quick tech question. What equipment do you use? What synthesizer do you use and stuff like that, for people who understand it better?
Actually, we've always been mostly in the box. What that means to somebody who doesn't know is pretty much we're like 98% software. As far as synthesizers and stuff like that. Every once in a while we'll find a synth, because I used to collect vintage synths, and we'll find a sound that we just can't find on a software synth, so we'll use that. But more often than not, as far as some of the synths we use, Omnisphere is a really good one. Silent we've been using for years. Predator is really good. Tony, help me out here. Throw some out.
There's one called Spire. There's Serum. There's Icarus. Soars. The list nowadays just. When we started, it was a collective few things out there. As for plugins, and now it's just you can pretty much, there's hundreds of things out there.
When you guys are writing and creating a song, what's generally the process that you both go in doing this? Is it just you get ideas and just get them down as you get them, or is there a long process that you guys follow?
It all starts with I live in Washington and Tony lives in California, so we do a lot of emailing back and forth as far as sessions. But it all starts with a riff. We kind of just throw riffs back at each other until we both are in agreement that that riff is cool, it could turn into something else, and then we kind of just go from there.
Literally he'll send me something that's literally 4 notes, and those 4 notes could literally open the door for me for an entire track. So it just depends. Same vice versa. I could send him a synth line that's 2 notes, and he could be like, dude, I have an idea for a song from that riff or whatever.
Synthwave in itself looks to be it's a really fast growing genre now. It's starting to get more and more into mainstream music. And how do you guys, see the future of the genre and, you guys in it?
We always kind of looked at ourselves more like electronic, rock, metal. Obviously we've been tied in, with the scene since day one, but it's really hard to say, because just like any style of music that comes out, once it's kind of on the map, it just kind of gets really crowded and cluttered with everyone trying to do the same thing. So it just depends. I mean, we've been asked the same question many times, but there's a selective few, in my opinion, that's going to make it out, and the other ones are just going to get overshadowed because they're all starting to sound the same.
So for anyone who's actually trying to, get into the electronic genre and, into the rock genre, what advice would you have to give them?
Try to be original. Try to strive for something that you haven't heard before or that you haven't really seen another group do before. And that comes down to like anything from music to imagery to branding, just to anything. Just really strive for originality.
Yeah, and the beauty is,
it's very hard to do, but it's still
the beauty nowadays is like you can literally sit, you have all the tools right in front of you. You have a computer, you have all your recording, devices. Try to be creative and, think outside the box rather than just going, hey, those guys are doing this, I could do that, Yeah,
so last question, and it's going to be a bit more fun, something nice to end it off with. You're stuck on a desert island for 6 months. You can take one character from like a video game, movie, television show, whatever, and you get one film to watch for the entire 6 months you're on the island. What character do you choose to like hang out with you, and what movie?
Like a character, like it could be a person or like an actress or like
could be an actress, could be a real person, could just be a friend of yours.
Tony, feel free to go first.
I mean, I was gonna say Kurt Russell from Overboard, but I don't know. I've never been asked this question, so it's kind of on the spot.
My character for sure. I would be trapped on an island with Elvira all day long.
That's a good answer.
I think from right now, I'm gonna say if I were to be stuck with someone, it'd be Phoebe Cates, and we'd watch The Exorcist together.
And Justin, you got a movie?
God, I don't. I love so many movies.
Yeah, it's always a weird question because it's also what movie would you even want to watch for 6 months?
And I'm actually staring at my DVD collection right now, trying to like pinpoint one, but I can't. I guess it doesn't matter because I'd just be staring at Elvira anyways.
If you guys want to check out more of Dance with the Dead stuff, they're currently going on, or in October, they'll be going on tour with Dragon Force on the West Coast. You can check them on Spotify, and we'll be putting their social media in the description. Well, thank you both for, coming and doing the interview.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you, man, for having us.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much again.